What's good to my champs all around the world? It's freezing, but needless to say, here we are on the brink of the holiday season, Christmas, all of that. Needless to say, just wanted to make a little video real quick, building with my champs like we always do when I got some time. Fortunately enough, I got some time today, right? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Scale of 1 to 10, ask yourself how you feeling. At least when you see this video. It don't got to be right in this moment because it's early. Right now I'm a 9.5. I got some priorities to take care of. Excuse me. Needless to say, I found the joy in taking care of my priorities. You feel me? Needless to say, man, today's discussion that I wanted to build with the people, family, brothers and sisters on. Where are we going with this? Where are we going? We got to start thinking futuristic, man, because I'm sitting back and I'm just analyzing like what we consume, right? And I think we need to start asking ourselves, are these things we consuming, are they benefiting us, right? Not just food, but food is a over important component of the discussion. But I'm really talking about like the things we engage in, music, the videos, podcasts, extracurricular activities, or the lack thereof. And what is it doing? Like, where we going with it? Like, right? I think like a month ago, I had watched a playlist for like 3 days, man, and it was talking on a particular topic, and I seen how in so many ways it affected me, but not, I wouldn't say in a bad way, but not in the way I would have thought it would have. And then I started understanding, like, yo, I gotta open my mind to other things, man. I can't keep consuming the same thoughts, the same principles, and the same thinking patterns if they're not serving me. If you, this how you know if it's serving you or not. At the end of the night, you got a guilty conscience, a regret in there, a woulda, coulda, shoulda. I should have thought twice. Damn, I ain't have to do that. Anything along those lines, then you gotta go back to the drawing board. There's even a line in there: if you go to bed happy, proud, feeling accomplished, but you exchange collateral damage and don't feel no way about it, that could be an issue too. But needless to say, I figure y'all know what I'm trying to say, right? A lot of the stuff we listen to is destructive, yo. It really breathes no real life when you think about it. And then when you think about extracurricular activities, rather, engage in those, rather maybe drinking or smoking. When you think about it, man, that joint take a lot of time off of your day. And I'm not saying things can't be done in moderation or recreational, but I'm talking about the habitual use, like the overuse, especially when it comes to the phones. Like, and I wanted to say I can't really say much. I be on my phone trying to find ways to elevate my platform, learn more, invest, like do all the good little stuff, right? And I'm talking about people, y'all know what I'm talking about, what I mean by on that phone, man. And I feel like it created a realm where human interaction isn't valued the same. You gotta fit a certain profile, man and woman. You gotta match or have the vibe of the same person that I like my favorite song from. You gotta look, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like when you create an atmosphere like that, it's like creating a player. You're never gonna be satisfied because you're like, yo, I can make a motherfucker 5'10", 6'4". I can make sure, like, we're losing discipline, man. We're losing discipline. We're losing the root of who we're supposed to be. which is developing ourselves. I watched the video, man. I think it was on the Whatever platform. I think that was called the Whatever Show. And some of the shit the women was saying on there, I was just like, damn, this where we at right now. Then I done seen certain platforms with certain dudes and said shit. I'm like, oh man, that's where we at right now. I'm not one to judge, but I'm one to think from a bird's eye view, right? I like to look at the bigger joint. And when we got a collective nation thinking the same, that's gonna breed destruction. As a kid, I always looked at myself like a philosopher or one of them stoic dudes that lived in the underground world or some shit that just pop up and teach humans and then disappear in the night. I always looked at myself like that. So I look at things a little different sometimes. It may be extreme, it may not, it may be pseudo, but needless to say, a lot of it's still my reality and observation, man. And I'm just worried due to the fact, like, it's becoming normal that these young girls, like young, like 12 to 17, like I forgot which report I seen. The young men for that matter too, the young men, the young youth, they getting STDs like no tomorrow. Criminal, and they're being introduced to the criminal justice system earlier than ever. They've developed more mental health disparities more than ever. Low self-esteem, low cognition, low cognitive abilities to comprehend and really express. And I'm just thinking, like, how would this world look in 4 more generations? It's going to be to a point where those who going to save the world or play a huge impact going to be the people who never be on the phone or never use their phone. Like, all they did was really be outside. And I'm not saying be outside. So I'm saying, like, I shouldn't have to say be outside. We done took a simple joint and turned it into something else. But what I mean by be outside, I really mean playing, falling down, throwing shit, breaking glass, falling off the fence, crawling under cars, knock, zoom, zoom, flipping on the mattress, climbing trees, like riding bikes. Because those going to be the kids who's developing a different social intelligence, a different emotional intelligence. They're going to know how to read body language, express themselves, recognize danger, recognize safety, communicate. When you kid on the phone all day, and that it's like they like this when you take it away. It's like, yo. I remember at one of my jobs, man, we had the kids, they couldn't bring their phones no more. Man, the withdrawals, I thought it was gonna be a riot, man. And I'm just worried because a lot of us take things that we feel that, well, hey, I'm not the only one. If we think of like, hey, I'm not the only one, we're gonna have a generation of kids and individuals, young and old, super unhealthy, super inactive, just a loss of individuality. We all gonna be robots. It's all gonna be robots. Like, to the point where people see robots, they're gonna be like, oh, cool, that's a robot. Rather than from a time, I'm like I'm damn near scared. I'm from a time where, man, uncles, grandfathers, pops, nigga, they raised their voice. That's enough for me. My mother's aunts was a different, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't picture. Think about this, yo. At some point, there's going to be a 60th reunion in Sexy Red, Pound Town, and all these other wild junks. Them going to be the oldies, yo. I remember one time I was in the club, bro. They threw a throwback on, and it was My Neck, My Back, and I'm like, yo, not only we older now, and now I overstand this song, but my kids gonna hear this song and be like, this was a throwback. This was an oldie. This is songs my father used to, like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, God damn. Cause I know if I hear some Bobby Brown, Temptations, you know what I'm saying? My mind gonna go to my parents and grandparents. Sam Cooke, you know what I'm trying to say? The Supremes. I'm gonna go, this how my grandparents was raised. This how my father was raised on this music. And even with that, those messages was different. Even though they were controversial in the realm of the adults at that time, but to those children who couldn't decipher certain messages, we took it from what we heard, and we thought we heard love. We know some of them songs were speaking on infidelity, cheating, you get what I'm saying? Taking other niggas' wives, women sleeping with other men, Mr. Postman. Like, we didn't know this what they meant, but how we heard it, we engaged with it like it was lovely, engaging music. My sons are going here knuck if you buck, yo. Feel me? I used to be like, yo, my father, yo, I need love from LL, Guy. My little niggas got G Unit, Dipset, Hove, Nas. Then when they get kids or have kids, they kids gonna have Lil Nas X. You get what I'm saying, man? We gotta be careful what we consume. A lot of us don't drink water. When the last time you drank water for a week straight? I remember one time, bro, it hit me one day, like, I was like, yo, when the last time I drank water? You know when you check your windshield fluid in your car and it's empty? I say, yo, this how your body feel, bro. You just playing around. I had to start drinking more water. I said, yo, when the last time I ate like fruits and vegetables like consistent? Like, these are the questions we gotta ask ourselves. It's cool to have a beef patty and all that, some wings and a burger, some pizza, but over time, bro, that shit is like, it's. I want to get into such a deeper conversation, but I'm gonna save that for another joint, because our body produces chemicals with any and every interaction, emotion, feeling, thought. We have developed a normality that things that feel normal isn't normal, bro. And you can get tricked. How? Because the shit you consume, the food, the things you listen to, the things you watch, those things could be trickery. Needless to say, man, I ain't gonna hold this up too long. I definitely just wanted to build with the family real fast. I had so many thoughts due to the fact I switched my diet up a little something. I'm in the process of redeveloping a positive, optimistic way of looking at things. I'm trying to separate myself from my phone more. Only reason why I'm on there, because I'm trying to promote myself a little more as far as my service, chatting with you. I can highlight your day, highlight events, create content for you, interview you, document history, document current events, highlight sporting events. I can interview you on your platform, all type of joints, music videos. I did like 5 music videos. I ain't the best in the world, but we could get busy. So a piece of my life is a part of the media joint, but needless to say, y'all know what I mean by separation of those devices, detaching even from people. Sometimes you got to detach from people. Sometimes you got to detach from people, man, because you can overconsume what they're giving you. It's almost borderline vicarious trauma. You can take on other people's energy, other people's ideologies, other people's thoughts, other people's feelings, unbeknownst to you. Now you thinking you doing something because your man's or your girl made it seem like, oh man, hey man, this is the. Then before you know it, you're compromising who you are and how you truly want to move. And you wondering why you always got to drink, or you always got to smoke, or you stressed out, or you always tired, or you got 2 days off, but it feel like you only slept for one. Those are the moments that you got to go and sit back and ask yourself, what am I consuming? Because there was a point in time in humanity where none of these things we consuming was around per se. And we were able to do astonishing things using our brain, using our hands in real time. I ain't talking about during the 1900s, 1800s, during the time we were able to have different devices of propaganda and all that. I'm talking about damn near close to prehistoric dynastic times. You know what I mean? Like a time where you overstood the power of who you are. You know what I mean? But it seemed like we're in a state of mind now, a state of mind in a place now where we're regurgitating these poisons, and we become to either fall in love with it, can't live without it, or we're invisible. But needless to say, man, I want us to all grab a journal, grab a paper and pen, and put at the top and ask yourself, what am I consuming? How does it make me feel? What do I want to consume? How often do I want to consume this? How do I ultimately want to feel about myself? How do I want to make others feel about themselves? Answer those, sit on them. Breathe, be in the moment, be yourself. Stay positive, stay motivated, stay real. One.